Oh, okay. Sorry. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another night at Bay City. Tonight, though, we are bringing you Emerald City. I am your GM for tonight, Chameleon Ice.
Is this the other city by the bay?
Yes, it's the other city by the bay where the watermelons grow.
Back to my home, I dare not go.
Introducing TGE for this evening. He is our Janus. Introducing him was Norestra, who is playing our delinquent for the evening. Perry, back with us. And the silent man there, OPT.
Woo. It's just wondering what we're doing here at this point.
No, I'm actually just trying to open my stuff. I'm not paying attention.
He's playing our Doomed tonight. So, for those of you who it may have been a little bit since, let's give you a bit of a recap on what happened last time on Emerald City.
Yeah. Just a bit of a recap, because last time was what? August?
A little bit ago.
No, it was October.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long.
I thought it had been.
Richard did it.
Yes, last time there was a crazy weather event that touched down in the middle of Emerald City. It was so nuts that our heroes sought shelter in the police station and came across one of Henry's old friends, his father's partner, Chet Sid. After getting some information from him about where his dad was, the heroes eventually were going to go. I think you were going to go and check out what your father was doing, right? Like you were going to go and see their investigation.
Yeah, but some things happened.
Indeed. As soon as you guys left the police station, the weather got real. Windows started breaking from hail and storms, and robberies started taking place. Both of our heroes that were there were trying to take out the ne'er-do-wells and help everybody who they could, but one of the people they almost couldn't help was the bystander who was along for the ride. Good old Joey. What happened near the end of our issue was Joey got captured by one of the gunmen, and he was almost going to be held as a hostage and almost didn't make it out of there. But the hero, Sauve, though he was Henry at the time, had a crazy vision where he foresaw Joey potentially being in danger and ran out to save him. And you almost were foiled, ironically, by the hero Nightshade, who appeared and almost mistimed his attack to where the gunman almost took Joey's life. He didn't, though. And you managed to knock out the gunman, save Joey, and you guys are having a wonderful reunion after Swiftfoot had taken care of all the robbers on his own and saved jewels from being stolen and swept down a drain. So after all of that, we are going to come to our issue tonight, issue 7, Fairweather Friends. On the cover of this one, right, your GM had an idea for it, but it's gone now. Well, on the cover for this one, we actually are going to have a scene of Henry standing over Joey's body. Like, clearly riddled with bullets, but not quite because it's a PG-13 comic. And screaming up into the sky, "Why?" And we open up to see Henry and Joey having a wonderful reunion. Joey safe and sound.
Yeah, I think we were inside the clothing store at this point.
You were inside, I think, it was a jewelry store.
No, the jewelry store was it was the candy store. Because it was a jewelry store
right.
next to the candy store. That's what it was.
Right.
Because Henry couldn't go full ghost powers in the middle of the jewelry store because it's a jewelry store and there are cameras everywhere.
Exactly.
So he had to do this as full Henry Lamontagne.
For reference, this is Cal's Candy Store.
Yes, that's actually what I was thinking. We're at Porter's Candy Store.
Yes.
Yeah.
It could be named that because it's one of the out-of-town branches.
It's one of the franchises.
That's a thing now. Okay, so Henry, you and Joey are in the candy store here. I think at this point Joey kind of passed out from the shock of it all, but he is otherwise safe. And Jacob, I think you just came in at this point because you just finished doing your saving. So you come in and you see your friend holding on to his boyfriend, and whew, what's going on here,
Well,
guys?
Pardon the pun, but Henry's white as a ghost.
So Jacob's going to run over, seeing this, in something of a panic. He's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, you guys all right?
No, thanks to your little vigilante friend.
I wouldn't call him a friend. What'd he do?
Well, nearly got us killed.
So Jacob looks somewhat deflated, and at the same time, like, he's clearly becoming not as angry as Henry, but he's clearly like doing the I trusted that guy, what the hell?
So, this place is about to be swarming with cops, and I have to stay because I'm all over the security cameras.
I'm not leaving you.
Jacob, are you dressed up as Jacob or are you dressed up as Swift?
I'm back to Jacob.
Okay.
I mean, I did that before I came back here.
I thought so. Just checking.
So, yeah, I had to do all of this without a mask and without using powers. My dad's gonna be pissed.
Hey, it's a candy store. We just came into the candy store.
You don't know what I did in the jewelry store.
Okay, fair enough. What'd you do in the... You know what? Never mind.
Stood in the middle like 4 guys with guns.
Yeah.
Oh, my dad's gonna be so mad at me.
How did you
I'm so
not use your powers for that?
very good at what I do.
I'm not saying you're not. I'm just curious.
I managed to get them not to fire.
Good. So what did Nightshade do?
Decided it was a better idea to take out the guy holding a knife to Joey's throat as opposed to rescuing the hostage.
It was a gun, for clarification.
Whatever.
Oh. You mean try to do the whole thing where you shoot the guy from behind the hostage?
Meanwhile, I was walking with my hands up, just trying... It was, suffice to say, hot and bothered doesn't even begin to sum it up. Also, when this is done, we need to make a phone call.
Just one?
You know anybody else with access to a frickin' weather machine?
Okay, no, but... So what happened to Joey? Is Jacob's looking at his, passed out?
Would you pass out from shock if you just nearly got shot?
Well, I didn't know it was from shock. I just wanted to make sure that, he didn't,
Yeah, no, he's fine.
Go.
Joey's also wise as sheet for reference sake, but yes,
Right.
otherwise uninjured.
Once this adrenaline calms down, it's going to be a heck of a letdown.
That adrenaline calms down, you're probably going to pass out yourself.
Probably.
I mean, I understand stressful situations to a point. I've never had somebody that I cared about that much in one of them.
Yeah. I'm just hoping the adrenaline lasts long enough so I have to for dealing with my dad because, oh boy, this is gonna hurt a lot.
Just say that.
I was going to say, shouldn't you be here anytime now?
You start hearing actually the sirens. There was a lot they had to deal with.
Fair.
Yes. You start hearing the sirens that have been clearly already blaring down the street. And you know that's only a matter of seconds here before the police are all over these broken-in stores and the incapacitated burglars that I think you took care of last time.
Who we tied them together with strands of chain from the jewelry store.
Yep.
That's right. So yeah, you have police fast approaching. What do you guys do? Do you stay? Do you go?
Henry has to stay because if he leaves and his father sees him on the footage, he's a dead boy anyway.
And Jacob's going to stay. To make
And
the story...
they kind of want an ambulance for Joey anyway. At
Right.
this point.
To make the story of we were there to, go to the candy store at least somewhat plausible.
All right, then. Then you guys stay, and predictably, the police and EMS and firefighters, they all arrive on the scene. and people start spreading out. Henry, you've seen this a million times because you've seen footage from what your dad's done. So you know the protocol. They start telling people to stay calm, stay where you are. Somebody will be with you shortly. They have EMS folks coming there to give you blankets to keep you calm, etc. And you do happen to see your father and Detective Sid coming out of the car as they're pulling up there with everybody else.
Immediate sprint over. With an immediate hug.
Okay, and your father hugs you back immediately, of course. He's like, oh, Henry, I was so afraid you got wrapped up in all this.
I kind of did, Dad.
Jesus. You're not hurt, are you?
I'm not hurt. No, I'm not hurt. Joey, long story, someone grabbed him, threatened to shoot him. Nightshade showed up. He's fine, just stressed out. But just, you see all them? And he points to all the ones from the jewelry store.
Looks over. Yeah. That Nightshade guy do that?
No. That was me.
Oh, well, what?
We were walking by. It started to hail heavily. So we ducked in. Joey and Jacob ducked into the candy store. I ducked into the jewelry store because I thought we were going to the same thing. Next thing I know, I'm in the middle of this. And if you check the surveillance, they're all pointing guns at me in the middle of the store. And I don't know how I did it, but I managed to talk them down. And they tripped, and one of them hit his head off that. Anyway, they're all tied there. Oh, this was crazy. How do you deal with this?
My God, Henry, I'm glad you're alive. I won't say you don't have guts, but you know better than to jump in like that, right?
It was less a jumping in and more I had no other choice type of thing.
But it's all over now. I heard all the gunmen are over there. Oh nuts. How are you and your friends? EMS, get over here and get something for this kid. He points over at Joey, and quickly paramedics are coming over to help Joey on a stretcher.
I think I'm okay.
Just calm down. Take a breath. I know. I know you get worked up, but it's all over now. Jacob, did you keep him safe?
Well, as I said, we got separated. Well, as he said, we got separated. I went back. After I realized that, I went back to go see if I could find him. And then the weather and the guys out there kind of made that impossible. And that's when I get back to the candy store, and Joey's not there.
I see.
So, unfortunately, I was unable to ascertain anything that happened. It was kind of crazy.
But you're not kidding, that weather out there.
Yeah.
Jeez. That's probably the work of some super.
I don't know about that.
What were you kids doing down here anyway?
Candy store. I'm going to the candy store.
You just came down here for candy?
Well, no, we came down here because Mr. Samedi had asked us to put some flyers up for the
the flyers.
fall thing, and the candy store was here. And well, if I pass by the candy store and Michael find out about it, you know how much I'd hear about that.
Yeah, good point. Wait, catering thing, and Sid immediately he actually kind of steps out of that and he talks about the dinner for the hero. And then your dad's like, oh, that. Right, I forgot that was this weekend.
Dad, about that, when you get home, we need to talk about that.
Why wouldn't we get home?
He looks around. Too many ears.
Well,
Jacob looks over at you like, my ears are fine. What?
Not yours.
Oh, okay.
have it your way. Just realize you kids are going to have to stay here while we have EMS check you out, and we might need to ask you a few questions. So you know the drill.
Yeah, I know the drill. Doesn't mean I like the drill.
No, nobody does. All right, well,
are you calling Mom or should I?
it's my job. I'll take care of it.
Good.
I'm just glad that you kids are safe, though.
Yeah. Does does it ever get easier
Dealing with all this?
having a gun pointed at you,
No. No.
or worse, someone you care about?
It doesn't get easier. You just learn more what to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna go out back there. Just let me know if you need us.
He walks over to you, Henry. He says, hey. He puts a hand on you. I want you to know, like, no matter what happens, I know emotions are high here. I'm proud of what you did here today. And I'm proud of you taking care of those criminals and put them up for us. That was very brave. And it took a lot of guts. So, good on you, all right?
That sounds like a label shift.
It is a label shift.
Okay. What's the label shift?
He's actually raising your superior of all things, because you had good wherewithal. And he is lowering your savior because you put yourself in danger. Yeah, no, wait. I think that's what it works.
Actually, that'd be lowering. It would be. Well, it depends. Probably lowering mundane, honestly.
Yeah, I think mundane lowering would make more sense here. Yeah. He lowers your mundane because you definitely.
Oh, yeah. Henry is 100% accepting this. 100%.
Alrighty. And Jacob? Yeah.
Yep.
You take care of things, okay?
Yes, sir.
Good. And do you want to call your mom or you want me to take care of it for you?
I'll take care of it.
All right, then. Let's go do our job, Sid. And you guys notice as Detective Sid walks away, he's a little bit shaky and jittery.
Coffee?
No. Henry, you would remember that you have a special thing in your pockets.
Oh, yeah. Detective Chet.
Huh? What is it? What's up?
You come here for a second.
He walks over to you.
Henry reaches into his pocket and goes, "Forget something?"
He holds out his hand. Yeah, I did.
What was that? I don't remember.
His lucky dice.
Oh, right.
He looks, "That's the real reason we were down here, was to give those to you? Let's not tell my dad about that one, shall we?"
I think I'm on board. Thanks.
Yeah, because let's be honest, he finds out that's why we were here. You're never going to hear the end of it.
No. All right, thanks. I'm out. And he just walks off. So, you guys go through the standard rigmarole. EMS checks you out, finds nothing wrong with you. I'm actually pretty impressed with your physical state, by the way, Jacob, because you're definitely tip-top.
I mean, Henry's not... Henry's kind of jacked. He's a Janus.
Yeah.
That's true. He is jacked. That's true.
I wouldn't say Henry's jacked. I would say Henry is ripped. There's a difference.
Right. But Henry's also a little bit more shaken, I think, by everything else.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Understandably.
and the thing is, here's the big thing is, Jacob, who knows Henry well, I don't even think Jacob can tell which part of this was Henry acting for his dad and which part of it's actually real.
I think right now he's assuming all of it is.
So after all of that happens, and they get permission, even if they don't get permission to leave, after everyone's checked out and they're sort of left in their little corner, Henry is pulling out his phone.
Okay, what's he doing with his phone?
Henry is making a phone call.
And who are we calling?
The spoiled, rich adopted kid they know.
Perry. You
Yeah,
hear your phone go off.
It goes to voicemail. So, what would be perception in this?
You just
Technically,
notice
that
it.
would be... I mean, it depends what you're trying to do.
Yeah, if it's just otherwise, it's assess the situation.
Typically, unless you're trying to discern.
All right. So, unless someone assesses the situation, I won't see Perry.
So Henry's gonna not leave a voicemail, call a second time,
It also goes to voicemail.
hang up, call a third time.
Goes to voicemail again.
Okay. This is the third time you've sent me a voicemail because of whatever crap you decided you wanted to pull. I just nearly watched my boyfriend get his head blown off by a bunch of robbers because of your shit. You need to call me back, or I will find you and I will haunt you. Do we understand each other?
He can actually haunt him.
Okay. So the voicemails go off and go in. What neither one of you see is the lake behind the candy store has a giant tidal wave that Perry is surfing down because of all the rainwater and everything.
Right. It's nice.
That's true. Yeah. There's still lots of water residue because that rain was only like half hour ago.
Yeah, we kind of flash flooded the street.
Yeah, Perry's straight up surfing down the river to just out to the lake.
So you guys see your buddy Perry surfing in?
No, they didn't.
Oh,
They
you
just
didn't?
left voice messages. They didn't see.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were. Okay, so we have panel view surfing in.
Yeah, he's just
They don't
surfing
see
in.
it.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no way we are because we're with the EMS or whatever.
So,
right now.
actually, important question for you, Perry. So you're like coming in at the back of the candy store, right?
Well, yeah, behind the candy store on the lake.
Okay, so you're behind the candy store, and as you're like, do you come around the building or anything? Like look around the immediate.
No,
surroundings?
I'm out in the middle of the lake or out in the middle of the river surfing.
I mean, like it's not a huge river. It's like a street-sized river.
I'm going into the lake and then I'm going to swim ashore at some point.
Fair enough. Okay.
Nowhere near the candy store though.
Gotcha. So, Perry, you go that direction. Where are you headed anyway? You said you're nowhere near the candy store. You headed towards anything particular or just
No,
sightseeing?
I was just surfing. I was just surfing down the water. I thought it was cool.
Okay. That is perfectly fine.
Yep.
You do come across many children playing in the big puddles now.
And totally a delinquent thing to do.
It is.
Oh, 100%.
Yep.
As you do, though, go past, you do see the bloodied and beaten body of like one gunman. He didn't quite make it quite as far. He's still fine, like breathing and such, but he's unconscious and not great.
Okay. Okay. So Perry's surfing along, and he runs over the guy.
The guy's day just got much worse, and it's all your fault.
Good.
Indeed.
So yeah, I'm here, but I'm walking up now. So Perry's now walking up to the candy store. Just
Fair enough.
that
Okay.
general direction. Sure.
So, you guys, Perry does not return your call, Henry.
Meanwhile, Jacob's calling his mother.
Okay, good. So, Jacob, you call your mom. Let's take a look in on that.
Okay.
And you call your mom, and she immediately actually answers the phone. And she's pretty calm about everything because she doesn't know where you've been or what's been going on.
Right.
Well, she knows the general, but what
Right.
do you tell her?
I was just like, oh, hey ma, just out with Henry. We were putting some flyers up. His work's having this party thing that I was kind of helping out with, and then we got stuck in the weather, and we were kind of in this candy shop, and everything's fine.
You were downtown during all of that?
Well, it's the weather just kind of hit, so we went to this candy store, but plus, candy, because we wanted some candy.
Well, that's true. You do like your candy.
He doesn't actually.
Well, that's good. So you boys took shelter then?
Yeah.
I was hearing in the news about all sorts of break-ins kind of happening downtown.
Yeah, there was a lot of things happening down here, but no one broke into because it's a candy store. There's a jewelry store next to it. That's where all that fun stuff happened.
I see. Well, I'm glad you're staying safe, honey. How's your little friends?
They're fine.
Good. Good. Are you boys going to be going out again?
I don't know. We probably have some things we have to take care of. I might go to Henry's place tonight.
You're going over to our friends again?
I might.
That's wonderful, honey. You know you have my permission to always go out and spend time with people.
Yes, I know, Ma.
Good. Well, if you need any clean underwear or anything, don't forget to ask. I can always send it your way.
I'm fine, Mom.
You just see Henry giggling in the side of the panel because she said that a little too loud and he heard it.
Well,
So
right.
Jacob like covers the mouth of his cell phone, looks over, like, oh, you would want my underwear, wouldn't you?
Well, honey, I'm glad you're with your friends. You stay safe down there, okay?
Absolutely, Ma. No problem at all.
Have a good day, honey.
You too, Ma. Bye.
Yep.
I hope I didn't actually end up on any of that security footage because the news is probably going to get a hold of it, and oh god.
No, because you weren't in the store until afterwards. It's
Yep.
all gonna be me.
Yeah, that's why I didn't tell her anything.
What are y'all talking about?
Does Perry just walk in?
Yeah, just walks right up.
Yeah.
Henry
You're not starting.
just turns around and slugs him in the face. Just turns around and cold.
Harry, welcome back to the game. Take a powerful blow. Ooh, tell me how you weathered that blow from a friend that you care so much about.
So
Henry's exhausted and it doesn't hurt much.
basically,
I mean, he's on the adrenaline come down at this point.
Yeah.
so Perry overheard the conversation about the security cameras, and he goes, and so he hits a couple buttons on his wrist and short circuits all the security cameras and security footage in the store.
Roll to unleash your powers, Mr. Perry. Because you're getting a lot of cameras this way. All right, you do it. You guys hear a fizzle and a pop as all the cameras, smoke, and sparks fly out of them. Clearly, they have been taken offline.
Okay, that problem solved.
No, not entirely.
Oh,
Well, he kind of already told his dad all about it.
Yeah, how am I supposed to know that the cameras got fried during the giant freak weather storm that we just had? And then he slowly turns and looks at Perry. That you, I'm assuming, had nothing to do with.
little.
Who'd you piss off?
Remember those guys I stole the weather tech from a couple weeks? Yeah. They.
No. Why do you think you have an angry voicemail?
Oh, that's what that was. I was wondering why my backpack was vibrating. Yeah, we were having a weather duel.
A weather duel.
Yeah, that was the thing.
That's interesting because the robbers were clearly using the weather to try to steal the jewelry.
There were robbers.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, I can take advantage of it, right?
I stopped most of them. Well, no. I wasn't just taking advantage. Like, I was trying to stop most of them. I did. But, like, there was clearly something acting against me, weather-wise.
So in addition to whatever weather duel you thought you were having, apparently somebody else was actually playing cops and robbers.
Fun. I want to be a robber.
You ever have 6 semi-automatic weapons pointed at you in the middle of a jewelry store? And
Not a jewelry store, but yes.
I don't want to know. I'm pretty sure we're clear to go. So, I don't know about you. And clearly no one knows about you, Perry, but Jacob and Joey, once he wakes up from wherever they've taken him, I need ice cream.
That sounds like a great idea.
Ice cream does sound good.
So you guys go then to your favorite malt shop?
Well,
No. This is a stop at the store, buy a half gallon, look at everyone else. Like, hey, what are the rest of you eating? This is full on like stress pregnancy eat levels of eating ice cream.
Okay, this is rom-com night. Gotcha.
This is rom-com night, absolutely.
Nice.
You should get 2 of those. They're really good.
You turn back the comic panel in the cart. It just like has 7 of them.
That's all for you, right?
Yes.
Next week we're gonna have to all go on a diet, right?
I look fine.
I have a high metabolism.
Then he looks at his butt. Yep, I still look fine.
He does.
Somewhere somebody took a picture.
Joey. He came conscious, took a picture, fell back unconscious.
The picture and passed back out.
What? Click.
Someone said butt.
Wait, somebody said Henry's butt. I'm here.
Exactly.
I have a drop ship for it. So you guys buy your giant tubs of ice cream, and the teller does give you a weird look, but you're also a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
She's like, she looks at you more with jealousy than anything else.
Right. Yeah. We're all kind of like, man. I do know a place where
Henry leaves her $3 and tells her to buy one of her own on the way out.
You have just made her day.
Nice. As we're walking out, like, I was thinking I do know a place we could have gotten a whole bunch of ice cream and it'd be amazing, I think, but we're kind of far away from it.
We can probably go pick it up later.
It's not something you just go pick up.
Okay. Well, we can probably do it later because right now all I want is a giant spoonful of Rocky Road and whatever horrible rom-com is on TV right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's Murder, She Wrote. It's a rom-com. It's a rom-com.
It's not a rom-com.
This one is.
I don't even know what that is.
It's a love story.
Okay.
A tale of sheep and souls eternally retold.
Sheep and cow, but
Sheep and cow, okay.
But I'm a rabbit.
Oh, where's chicken? No cow and chicken? No? Okay.
No, I mean, I did like that show a little bit, but not quite. So, whose house are you going back to? Back to Henry's, I
I
assume?
mean, it would have to be Henry's.
Oh, yeah.
I guess you wouldn't go to Perry's, yeah. So you guys go back to Henry's house with your bags and bags of ice cream. So that's gotta be
So
good.
as we're walking in, Jacob pulls his cell phone out, and he's actually going to call Dr. Collins.
Okay. Dr. Collins picks up after a couple rings.
Doc, how's it going?
Oh, Jacob. It's going relatively well. Some of these samples have been a little bit, difficult. But everything's going fine here. How are things going for you?
Well, we just stopped. As he's about to say something, he looks around for people, and he's like, we just had an encounter.
As you walk in, you do notice that both of Henry's parents are gone.
Right.
So it is you guys and probably just Michael.
But even the Michael part, we just had an encounter where I had to, use my powers.
Oh, you used your abilities. What happened? Did it trigger anything in you?
I don't know, but he, having seen himself in a reflection of a window or something, he actually, goes inside, walks, as he's talking, he, just sets his ice cream down and walks over towards a mirror or someplace. It's it's getting slightly worse, though.
Is it progressing physically?
Yeah, only a little bit.
That's what I was worried about. I was looking at the samples I took of your blood the other day, and the virus is still mutating at a very rapid rate.
Ugh.
it may do things that are rather unexpected, I'm sorry to say. And I couldn't really tell you what.
Well, like the ability to make a giant water wall of water to stop criminals from running away.
You're able to control water now?
I don't know. Just. I've character. I actually forget what he used moat on.
You actually use your psychic weapons to create like a wall or a net to capture the water.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
It's a giant bowl, actually.
Well, it was one of my flares and moat. I forgot what it used to make it. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, I just created a energy or whatever web of something to stop guys from running away. It worked too.
Fascinating. It might have been a full psychic projection.
Could be. Also, I was trying to convince everybody here to come try your brand new cherry vanilla ice cream concoction, but we didn't make it that far.
Well, I can't say that I'm sad about that, considering that I thought that was our little secret.
I haven't told them about it. I just said, hey, you want to try out, some ice cream? They said yes, but then we stopped at the store and bought big tubs of it, so.
I see.
But, I thought you might want some people
You can get out here. I'm already through a half a gallon.
I figured you might want some people over. Plus, they know about you anyway, so.
Oh, they know everything.
I had to go find somebody.
Fair. Well, if you ever plan to bring them over for ice cream in the future, just make sure to give me enough notice so I can actually get something prepared.
Well, as I said, we're like an hour away, so we'll take a bit.
That's true. They don't all have your knack for speed, I assume. Well, you enjoy your ice cream, and as a word of advice, I would continue to eat as many oranges as you can this evening.
Huh?
Oranges, vitamin C.
Why?
Because Henry, you're infected with a virus, and your body is the best defense system that we can concoct. We got to make it stronger. I'm trying to see if these different things are going to be affecting this blood samples I've been taking, and so far, not yet, but we got to keep trying things.
Okay.
So, oranges tonight.
Right. So, he kind of clicks the phone off and looks over at Henry's like, Henry, do you have any orange juice?
Henry, still with a mouthful of ice cream, because I'm getting into character here, throws a half gallon of orange sherbet to, and then turns back around to continue watching Pretty Woman.
This works.
Michael, by the way, has come down to see what all the commotion at ice cream is about, because of course he does.
Why do you think he bought so much ice cream?
Exactly. I forget, Perry, have you met Michael yet?
No.
Okay.
Well, here's the best part is Perry, for the record, Perry, are you smart enough to figure out that Henry kind of told you who he was when he punched you in the face?
Yeah.
That was me revealing my identity to somebody who didn't know it, so I'm going to go ahead and mark my potential for punching him in the face.
Nice.
I'll give you that one. Also,
Okay.
I have I hit my potential.
Ooh, advance.
Yes, now I have to actually look at the playbook.
So Jacob's just gonna kick his shoes off and relax on the sofa and put his feet up on the coffee table or something. And just kind of veg and eat orange sherbet.
And Michael is clearly quickly going all in on that. And he looks at Henry and he looks over at Jacob and then looks over at Perry, who I don't think he's probably met Perry before, but you've told him stories about him. I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so he's actually a little bit extra giddy, but he's keeping his cool because he doesn't know if he's allowed to tell Perry anything yet.
All right, so just so you're aware, Michael, when Mom and Dad get home, they're going to be a little agitated. Okay, a lot agitated. You hear about all the stuff going on downtown with the weather and the jewelry store and all that?
Yeah.
I, meaning Henry, might have been the one responsible for taking care of the jewelry store people as Henry.
You mean you didn't do it as Sophie? I mean,
It's fine, he knows.
Oh, okay. Hi, Perry.
Hi.
Perry Michael. Michael Perry.
There's a joke there.
Yeah, possibly. So did you guys all fight crime down there?
I wasn't there.
Oh.
No, he thought it would be better to have a wizard's duel.
Ooh, you fought wizards?
Sort of.
What kind of wizards?
Weather wizards.
He's gonna kind of tilt his head at that. But okay. Well, still, it's really cool. I didn't know you had friends who fought wizards.
So Henry sort of looks and goes, I did not realize you fought Mark Martin. No one gets that. No
I
one
do,
shouting?
because I voiced
Okay.
the Flash.
Okay, good.
You're on your own there.
Mark Martin is the name of a Flash villain called the Weather
Weather
Wizard.
wizard. Yes. So Michael's all excited and kind of asks you guys questions about your superhero heroics. And Perry, you're wearing your bling, I'm guessing, with your awesome band and your backpack and such.
Oh, yeah.
And so Michael's all over this stuff because it's clearly superhero gear. And he's just wondering, like, what's this button do? Like, what's this do? This thing explode?
Oh, Perry,
Yeah.
make sure you hide that before my folks get here, please. I really don't want to explain that to them.
Explain what?
Why you have a bunch of stuff that's stolen goods in the house of a cop?
Oh. Fine.
You don't have to worry too much. Mom
No.
and Dad are going to be home for a while.
No, so Perry
No, Dad'll be home.
takes the backpack, forms a little cloud, sticks the backpack on it, and uses his wrist device to send the backpack with the weather device to a safe location.
Ooh.
He nimbused it.
You
What was
what?
that?
He nimbused it, right?
I did.
Nimbused it. Right.
Yes.
Nimbus.
I turned it into a verb. It's fun.
I get it.
At this point, you take a look, and there are 2 empty half gallons of ice cream in front of Henry.
So, how long have you guys been at this whole ice cream and watching Pretty Woman chick?
About 20 minutes.
That is a lot of ice cream in a short amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
Henry is a nervous. How many adjectives do you want me to get into?
Yeah. And it is evening, right? Because you guys did this after school.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. Okay, so you guys go on your ice cream binge. And do you guys reveal anything important to each other as you're kind of just killing time this evening and relaxing together?
Trying to think.
So, Jacob, who'd you just call there?
Dr. Collins. You know, the doc that's looking in that whole
Yeah.
virus thing.
She also makes ice cream?
Yes. He makes a lot of things. He's kind of like does a lot of chemistry by hobby.
I mean, technically, ice cream is chemistry, I guess.
Well, all I mean by that is I'm positive he was trying to make something else entirely and ended up making ice cream.
Well, I mean, if we have to, he looks over. We can get some of the flavored syrups, and we can have we have a snow cone maker right there. He points at Perry.
Oh, no, fine. I just wanted to get. To be fair, really, all I wanted to do is introduce you guys to him, because I feel like that poor guy could actually use meeting a few people.
Henry thinks about saying something for a second. Does that, and then just.
He's a bit of he's weird, but I mean, he's trying to help me, so of course I like him. Mom doesn't even know about him, or Dad, or any of my family. I mean, hell, they don't know about this anyway, so.
So, Perry, you want to join the I Have Secrets from My Family club?
I mean, I'm adopted.
Yeah, but I think your family knows that considering they adopted you.
Oh, they don't know that I run around and play with weather machines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing that they don't, considering everything that just happened, a couple hours ago. At this point, you see Henry take out his phone, just sends a bunch of text to Joey that says, as soon as they let you out, we're at my house, Pretty Woman's on. There may or may not be ice cream when you get here.
So in 10 minutes, you hear the doorbell ring.
Michael, can you get that? I'm kind of ice cream drunk.
So Michael runs out. He goes to get the doorbell. And amazingly, it is indeed Joey. And he kind of runs in. And without saying another word, he runs over to you, Henry, and he gives you a hug. Saying, I was going to surprise you.
With
the fact that I'm okay. I just, the doctors released me.
I knew you were okay.
I didn't.
They said you were okay when they loaded your passed out ass into the back of the ambulance.
Oh, I wasn't technically there for that.
No, you were. They wouldn't let me go, so we got ice cream. Pretty Woman was on.
Oh, good. I could really use some of that.
What, the ice cream or the prostitutes?
Honestly, right now, the ice cream. I already got you.
Take your pick of what's left. Not sure how many Michael hasn't taken bites out of yet.
So Joey goes straight for a good old-fashioned strawberry. Because Michael doesn't like his fruit in his ice cream.
Speaking of, what ice cream does Perry and Jacob... I mean, I know Jacob has the orange sherbet because he threw that to him.
Yeah.
What ice cream does Perry have?
Perry's got chocolate chip cookie dough.
It's like Jacob's just got straight chocolate since it kind of matches his fur color.
Chocolate.
Henry is now on frozen yogurt peanut butter cup.
Of course. Oh, I'm jealous.
What? I take my character acting very seriously.
I can tell. So you guys are having your wonderful ice cream party. And a couple of hours have passed, and you hear the garage door opening, which is a telltale sign that somebody's home.
Garage door in an apartment complex?
Never mind. We're in a house.
Nope.
I actually thought that was a house too. That's my bad.
Yeah, I thought it was a house. Either way, you hear the front door opening.
Yeah, because I actually thought there was a second floor to this place.
Yeah.
Never said it wasn't a penthouse apartment.
So the front door opens, and you guys hear the huffing sounds of Mr. Lamontagne walking through the door. And he's grumbling openly. And he walks in there, he sees you guys, and he says, hey, kids, says, do I know you? He looks at Perry.
No.
Henry, why do I know this kid?
Why, do you know him?
I don't.
No. This is my friend Perry.
Hi.
Okay.
This is my dad.
Hi, Dad.
He's a detective.
Hi, Detective Dad.
Good to meet you, friend Perry. Anyway, I hate to break up your little watch party that you're doing here, but your mom's on. I think you boys need to see this.
You
Click.
see this?
Yep. And you guys flip over to the news, the local access news station, or not local access, whatever, the local news station. And right away, there's a police report that's going on. And I forget, Henry, does your mom actually do the speaking up there, or she just like kind of?
Oh no, she is the one who does. She does the speeches.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Criminal Minds?
Not much of it, no.
Okay, the first season specifically.
No.
The first and second season. Because basically, I will tell you right now that this entire character arc is based off of one of their families from Criminal Minds. So, if you've ever seen Criminal Minds, the mother is based off of JJ.
Gotcha. Don't have that in my Rolodex here, but I'll do my best. So you guys see the TV that shows like Carrie LaMontagne speaking for the Emerald City PD. And there's a standard breakdown of what happened today and like talking about how many were injured, not giving like specific data, but just going over a full breakdown of what happened. And they also said that there's a specific part where she kind of faces the audience and says, and the Emerald City Police Department do believe that they have enough information to have a potential suspect for what happened today with the weather incident. Some of our top detectives have been on the matter, and through process of elimination and also product left behind at the scene, we are putting a call out for the superhero vigilante known as Pyre. And they show a grainy picture of like one of the few shots somebody got of Pyre while you guys were out fighting crime. Specifically out by that park you guys were in trouble for?
Yeah. Henry Squints, how can anybody tell anything about that picture? It's super pixelated.
Yeah, size, yeah. It's the best they could get. But we were able to confirm that there were indeed some supers there. And I think one of them was having too much fun.
Well, I can confirm that I was not having fun at all.
I mean, we said supers, so I wasn't worried about you, kid.
I know I was making a conversation transition, Dad.
Ah! Right, sorry. It's a long day. Stressed out. So your mom's voice kind of rings out there again. If anybody has any information on the identity or whereabouts of this individual, please contact the EPD as soon as possible. We are to be reminding the citizens that if you do see this individual, do not approach them. They are considered armed and dangerous, and report any sightings directly to your local police. That'll be all, and then the standard questions pop up, asking questions about what's going on.
So, I mean, what makes you think it was him, Dad? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember you complaining about the vigilante sort of thing, and wasn't the last thing he did like good? I know there's no good vigilante, but that's sort of like the good thing where he was kind of like helping you guys.
Henry. The problem with vigilantes, especially vigilantes with power like that, means that even when they think they're doing something good, they often cause a lot of trouble for people they don't intend to. Right now, the theory we're working off of is that he was trying to take down some villain or robber or do some sort of do-gooding. And whatever stuff he does to control the weather, to make that stuff happen, it went out of control. Because we found a piece of his machine at the scene of the crime.
How do you know it's his machine?
You see any other people that pop up recently that been able to use the weather to fight crime or even to cause them?
I mean, If there's one, there has to be more, right?
Not necessarily. I mean, there's only one Captain Bucky. There's only one of those Nightshades.
Jacob rolls his eyes at both names.
Yeah. Like, there are copycat criminals, not so much copycat hero. Oh, there are a few of those, but this is pretty impressive stuff.
Don't we call them sidekicks?
Yeah, true.
And as Henry says this, he shoots a little sideways teasing glance at Joey.
Joey actually looks a little bit ill at the thought now because he's had his first real taste of danger.
Yeah.
Like, never mind.
I'm good. I'll stay back here. I'll shoot photos of your butt with a telephoto lens.
I'll stay in the van.
So, I mean, I guess the question is, Dad, is do you think it was just him, or do you think it was him and the other people he was working with that you were complaining about?
Those other kids?
Yeah.
So far, we only have enough evidence to pin it on one of them. So we can't say for sure the others. But
What does your gut tell you?
my gut tells me, especially with some of the footage that the store saw, where they saw one of those heroes running around and trying to save some people, that they probably weren't all involved. Because otherwise, one of them's trying real hard to clean up for the mess. But, don't know. Did you see anything while you kids were down there?
Aside from about 5 gun muzzles? Not really.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, this is going to be weird. I kind of wish, more of them would have been there. It would have been, better than having me, better than just staring down all those gun muzzles.
What, you mean more of those vigilantes?
I'd have taken anything at that point.
There should have been more police protection. We should have been guarding the stores as soon as they were broken into. That was a problem waiting to happen.
Dad, how many other things were you dealing with at the time?
Oh, there was the McGillicuddy break-in.
Exactly. And conveniently enough, nobody got away with any of the jewels.
Yeah, that was actually pretty amazing. Like, everything was recovered. I mean, there was some candy that wasn't counted for, but, I mean, it could have been much worse.
Candy also dissolves in the water.
Well, yes, there is that.
I mean, I am sorry for using a couple of gold chains to tie people up, but...
Hey, we've been over this. What you did was fine. It was in the heat of the moment. And besides that, those gold chains were recovered, and they weren't ruined.
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, Dad, why you hate all these vigilantes so much, even if they're helping.
Henry, honestly,
Perry walks in with a plate of pie.
ooh,
Where did you get that?
So, since we were by the candy store, I'm using Always Prepared.
for pie?
It's pie.
Okay.
What
For a
happened?
pie.
Roll for it.
Do I have to roll for that?
Always prepared as a rolling move.
You're using for it, yes. If you're, I love this.
It's
The
plus
GM,
superior.
yeah, the GM in me says just allow it, but that works.
Yeah.
It's temporary. It means you're going to eat the pie.
Exactly. It only lasts for a little while. And try it again.
I love this.
If you don't consume the pie fast enough, it just goes bad.
Exactly.
Also, this pie's like 90% whipped cream.
Yeah, that's not gonna last long.
No. So Henry just looks, never mind. But no, seriously. What were you saying, Dad?
I'm gonna level with you. It's not that I hate vigilantes. I get what they're trying to do. I also wanted to do good things. That's why I joined the force. But honestly, it's less the vigilante aspect. That is a part of it. It is wrong. It's legal. But it's also the super aspect in general. All these people with these powers and they're misusing him, using him for their own benefit. It's a bomb waiting to go off. Like, you saw the destruction that happened downtown there. Like, hero or not, something that wasn't normal did all of that. Caused a lot of damage.
Okay, and I actually have been spending this entire scene triggering a move of mine.
Oh, goody.
I am what you see.
Hmm.
When you spend time talking to somebody about your identity, you can ask them which label they want to impose upon you. Their player, in this case the GM, will tell you honestly. Basically, label shift me. If you accept what they tell you, take +1 forward and either mark potential or clear a condition.
Interesting. So they basically get to label shift you in this instant.
Exactly. And if Henry accepts what, in this case, what his dad is saying, then it's +1 forward, and I either get to clear condition or mark potential. But then, obviously, we see where it goes from there.
Well, what your dad is talking about is that he's actually not bothered by the danger aspect of these heroes. He's bothered by the freak aspect, the superhero aspect. So he's trying to impress upon you that it's okay to be heroic. It's not okay to be super.
So would that be danger up or would that be mundane up?
In this case, because we were just talking about vigilantes,
Right.
I'm going to say danger up and then
Okay.
freak down. Yeah.
Henry will accept us. I'll make my note for +1 forward.
Nice. That +1 forward's against him, right? Or is it just in general?
It's just +1 forward in general.
Nice. Okay. So your dad sighs and he looks around you guys and says, I don't mean to bring it down. I know you kids like your superheroes, and I know you, Joey, with your like super problems, whatever thing. And that reminds me though, Henry, you said you were going to tell me something about that dinner that was going on this Saturday.
Yeah, about that. So, as Mr. Samedi is catering that dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, I think it's better if I just play for you what I have.
Excuse me?
So, the other day, I didn't have a chance to listen to it till yesterday, and by the time you got home, I was asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Samedi ended up talking with his brother, who apparently is a very sleazy used car salesman type. And I didn't think anything of it, but apparently the voice recorder I had in my bag was on. And, well, I think you should listen.
All right.
And he plays that whole conversation.
Okay. So that conversation plays out where, Perry, since you weren't here, the breakdown of it is that Mr. Samedi and his brother Arthur were being very sleazy and very strange about being super excited for something they were working on and for the event going on this Saturday.
Ooh.
Yes. And so after all that tape plays out, Mr. Lemontine rubs the back of his neck. Like, that's... So you just happened to be recording this, huh, Henry?
Literally did not realize the recording was on. I went back to play the notes like I normally do for school, and that was there, and, well, I couldn't not listen to it.
So you're saying you had no knowledge of this recording happening at first?
I had no knowledge of this recording happening at first. It was completely accidental.
And neither of them knew they were being recorded either, right?
Are we a one-party recording state or a two?
Regardless, there's a none here.
I mean, I can be aware of it if you need me to be.
I appreciate your gumption.
I mean,
But-
he can give himself permission to record himself whenever he wants to. So,
Yeah, that's fair.
crap, lawyer. Never mind. Sorry, don't know
Yeah,
that.
I know. I was trying to go for that angle, but thank you. Regardless, though, whether or not these guys are being sleazy, and they are, doesn't necessarily implicate them in anything specific.
No, but
But-
it does mean you should be extra vigilant.
Well, we will be, considering that our force is going to be helping to guard the event that's going on Saturday.
And not to give you any more motivation, but guess who's kind of working that?
Oh, is it catering at Smitty's? I'm guessing you.
And he looks at Joey and Jacob and Perry. He's hiring out extra help.
Good done. Nicely done. All of you are going to be catering at a dinner for a superhero.
I didn't realize it was like a criminal aspect or something. But yeah, Henry asked if we could help him out with the thing. Of course, I'm gonna say yes.
Well, the dinner probably isn't a criminal thing. I mean, the superhero is owned by the government, so it can only
No,
be
it
a
was-
sleazy there.
That's what I meant. The I didn't know about the sleazy part here until after. But
Well, we'll keep an eye out on that. But geez, you kids are going in to cater for a big event like that. You do know how big that event's going to be, right?
no,
Like, aside from the fact that there's going to be Captain Bucky there, there's also going to be...
Jacob actually is now going to pierce his mask immediately after he said that.
Okay, go for it.
Because he has something he wants to find out. And he doesn't care about what he's going to say next.
That's fine. So you can go ahead and pierce the mask there. Full. Okay, so you can ask 2 questions or 3 on this one.
It's 3.
Pierce the mask is...
I do want to point out, had this been a 7 or an 8, Henry would have interfered on his dad's behalf by blowing his influence.
Ooh.
How would you even know he's doing it?
As a player, he can do that, but...
Yeah, as a player, I can do it, but
No, I get that, but I'm talking
You
about the
probably
story.
could flavor-wise say that Henry's clearly trying to cover for his dad or speak up. Like, you could figure it out.
yeah. But I don't need to worry about that because you rolled it down well.
Right.
Yeah. So you can ask 3 questions. So you need me to listen for you?
No, I got him here.
Okay.
So, my first question is, how can I get your character to tell me if you actually like Captain Bucky or not?
Well, you can get it by listening for the next 5 minutes. Because he's already clearly made it
Right.
very apparent.
So, my next question is, what are you really planning?
That's long-term, right?
Yeah.
What he's really planning, and you can tell this from the way he's carrying and presenting himself, is to do his job to the best of his ability. And also to look out now for stuff with Marco Samedi, and also, in his mind, to babysit a superhero.
And, I ask, what do you want me to do? Obviously, he's looking at him in regards to this whole catering thing.
You can pick up pretty clearly from his body language, and also kind of like almost the words he says but doesn't say, that he would really prefer it if you forgot all about that whole conversation you overheard, because he feels like this technically isn't any of your business.
Which conversation I over here?
Between the Samedi brothers.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
So, after he stares into Detective Soul, and he kind of pecks back, he's like, "Sir, can I ask you a question?"
What? Sure. What's up, Jacob?
What do you think about Captain Bucky?
What do I think about him?
I just got... The way he said his name kind of made me feel like maybe you don't trust him as much or don't like him as much as...
Oh,
Jacob,
it's not
Jacob.
that I don't.
Jacob, he says every superhero's name that way.
I really do.
Is a fair point. But what's wrong with
Really
him?
does. I mean, just ask him to say, "Hey, Dad, what about that? What about that other one, that Nightshade guy?"
Well, Nightshade's a vigilante, but Bucky is
Nightshade is one of the worst.
But Bucky is a registered state-sanctioned
Look,
superhero.
he is registered, and by law, we have to appreciate the work they do and we definitely consider them to be an asset to the city. He looks over at particularly Joey, because Joey's a big Captain Bucky fan. And he's like,
It's his second favorite superhero.
Yeah.
it is. But I will say that sometimes it's a little frustrating to have a superhero that's also a government lapdog.
Why would that be frustrating, though?
But Michael speaks up, but he's a rabbit!
Michael,
Stop reminding me.
it's frustrating because it's almost like looking after a politician that is looking after somebody else who's in the military or somebody else who's on the force. It's like the government's own tool to use as opposed to like somebody who's really there for the city itself. It's just, I don't want to rain on the parade of your hero. He's great. He's got big muscles. He does cool stuff. He fights giant whatevers. But like when it comes to like sometimes the little stuff, I think we're kind of ants to him. I don't like that feeling.
Hmm. Jacob just got nods.
Anyway,
So, one last question, Dad.
yeah.
Considering everything that happened today, I think there's a viable excuse if I want to take a couple of days off from work. Would you rather we not work that event?
No. One thing, it's going to be good for you in your job. I want you to do well in your work. And I want you to be in good with your boss. Because if this is just nothing, then that means it's going to be nothing but a benefit for you. Like this whole conversation. So it's a gig. Do it proudly. Might even meet some people that you like along the way. But I do want you kids to let the police take care of anything weird that the Samedi brothers might be cooking up.
Oh, Dad, that was awful! Even for
I know.
you!
Where do you think you get it from?
Oh, I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for you!
Good. You should be.
Oh, guys, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. As he takes another bite of like the third half gallon of ice cream he's eaten.
Jeez, how much of that have you eaten?
A lot.
I had 4 guns pointed at me, and he almost died!
Joey just kind of raises his hand as he's got like ice cream in his mouth. All right, fair. Just don't be in a sugar coma. You kids do got school tomorrow. Though, you could make an excuse for being involved in a shootout as being a reason to call off. You could. But I'll leave that to you. And Jacob,
Well, Dad,
Hmm?
if we're gonna call off school, it would really help to have a note from the police.
you're not getting a note from me.
Mom will work.
Ask your mother.
I mean, I could always call up Chad. He'd give me one.
Psh, he'd forget to give it to you. He'd give it to you a week late.
Yeah, you're right. He forgets everything.
Yeah. But Jacob,
Yes.
the detective's words actually kind of stir you a little bit because he's kind of been speechifying about like kind of what you should be doing, especially when it comes to this, the dinner. So he is trying to kind of shift your labels. He's doing it collectively, but it's affecting you.
Mm-hmm.
Especially because he mentioned something as he's actually going over like why you guys should go there. He talks about like there's gonna be all these people there. He mentions there's gonna be like the entirety of like Gentek's gonna be there.
Oh.
He drops that.
Oh.
He says all their little pet projects, like it's gonna be a big to-do. And so he says that to you, and well, not to you specifically, but that's something
Yeah.
that catches your ear specifically.
Big ears.
Big ears, yes, indeed. Hard to miss. But yeah, he's just trying to give you a little-
He kind of nonchalantly, like, pulls his cell phone out when he has the chance, like, you know, he's not being looked at, and kind of texts Dr. Collins that information.
Okay, Dr. Collins does not immediately get back to you.
Well, no, it's what you just he didn't feel like calling him. It's probably later in the evening, but you know, send text.
All right, I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna go off to the den and work on a little paperwork that I gotta get ready for tomorrow. You kids have a nice night and try to keep it down out here, okay?
Okay.
Don't go weepy again at the scene at the end of that movie. You've seen it a million times. Right, I'll get the earplugs. Have a good night, kids.
It's Joey. You know that, Dad.
I know.
Besides, Jacob and Perry haven't seen this yet, so it might be them too. Also, are you done with your pie yet? Mike, how big was that piece of pie?
It was the whole pie.
Oh my!
It wasn't a piece. It was the whole.
It was a pie.
I did say I had the whole pie.
He did say pie. He didn't say it a piece of pie. He said he had pie.
You look up at Perry. Yeah, that's excuse me. Yeah, that's the last of it. I got a napkin.
Joey supplies
And there's just whipped cream all over his face.
Oh dear.
Yeah, his dad leaves the room. You look back over, and Henry has just passed out.
And Joey's clearly kind of off a little bit himself because long day, but he's kind of snuggled up next to Henry as best as he can. So the night progresses as you guys are watching your movies, and as Michael's still asking Perry questions about different stuff. But he's doing it quieter now because Dad's home.
How many days off is this thing anyway?
It's the day after tomorrow because today is Thursday.
I've seen that movie.
Wait a second. Thinking. No, today's Wednesday. Nuts. Yes. So you actually have two. You have Thursday and you have Friday, and then the event. The reason I remember that is because Nightshade told you to contact him on Thursday. And that's tomorrow.
Right.
Yep.
So,
Night progresses.
well, as the night progresses, Jacob's that's gonna take the chance to walk outside. Kind of by himself.
Okay.
He's gonna take a moment to take a sigh and just kind of looks around, just looks into the sky, whatnot. And he closes his eyes. And he's going to think back to try to put all these pieces together in his mind. And instead, what's going to happen is he is, in fact, going to tap into his powers and use dark visions.
Jeez. Good on you. I mean, you get a Mark of Doom track for that.
Not only that, I get the Mark of Doom sign.
Oh, because you're at that limit?
That would be 5.
Impressive.
I'm doing this on purpose.
I figured when you're that close, yeah. But what are you even trying to investigate?
Just like what's gonna happen at this event, because he feels very uneasy about it. I mean, that's what, but that and how Gentek's involved, kind of a thing. Obviously, it's deep in the future, whatnot, but right now he's just trying to get some handle on what's going on, because he's really confused.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so you can ask me a question, I answer it honestly, clearly. I give you a vision.
Yeah, you give me the vision first. Then I have to ask about
first 10 questions. Okay, so you have a vision about, specifically you're thinking about the events that are going to be going on at Saturday, end of the week. Jacob, when you open your mind's eye, what you see is you see this is one you're triggering yourself. So you see a sea of lights that are flickering in and out very rapidly. And you can tell, like, noticing around you that you're surrounded by your friends, but they're not next to you. They're just kind of there at the same place. And there are all these different talking heads that are spread throughout this sea of light. And you can kind of see some different like letters and markings next to some of these groups of heads. And they're all sorts of different characters and like appearances of lettering. You're not quite sure what they are just at a first glance. You do, however, see what appears to be kind of a bit of a pyramid rising up out of the lights. And on this pyramid, you see what appears to be like this bright red apple sitting on a pedestal. And off to the left side of it, there would normally be a person sitting in a chair, but instead it looks like a building sitting in a chair.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. Visions, right? So you see all of this, and you also happen to see a bit of a flash of red that comes out of the sea and flashes by everything. And that flash lasts for only an instant. And when that red flash passes, that apple on the pedestal is gone. And then your vision ends.
So my question is, what would have struck Jacob about the significance of that apple?
What would have struck you about it is not only have you seen that before in your previous visions, but also the fact that it's held in such high regard. The fact that everybody seemed to be kind of looking at it and celebrating it. It's clearly somebody very important.
And then it's gone.
And then it's gone after that flash occurred.
Okay. So, if you don't mind if I take a little bit of liberty with this.
Jump for it.
So, Jacob is doing this. And after he comes out of the vision and whatnot, this is basically how I'm telling you which doom sign I took.
Mm-hmm.
He thinks about going back home, but going back into the living room of the house and whatnot, and turns to his side and realizes it just watches kind of like a rift splice through the air and open up, and the other side of it is the living room.
Okay, I know which doom side you took, but that's still weird.
Yeah, so he just walks through and puts himself back in there.
Don't you need Marker Doomtrack to do that?
That's why I'm saying I want to take a little liberty with this one.
You know what? Go for it.
Because I'm it's the first instance of it, so to speak.
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Plus, it's not going anywhere. It's not.
You're not taking anybody important with
No.
you.
I'm just
right.
finding
So you guys, Henry, you're asleep. A pool of ice cream and Joey. Perry?
Henry is asleep. He's laying on the couch. He's got one leg half off the couch. His arm is dripping. There's a big thing of drool just coming out of his mouth. He's passed TF out.
Perry, you see your friend Jacob here.
No, Perry doesn't see that either.
Perry, what are you doing?
Perry's in a pie coma.
Michael's the only one who sees it.
Jacob,
Perry is passed out.
Michael sees you walk through as you're going and doing this big rift step. You come out, the panel is all epic. There's smoke billowing off of you from just passing through the rift. And the scene looks so dramatic. And then we see a shot of the living room and Michael's sitting on the ground clapping his hands. And then everybody else is asleep.
So Perry stirs up just enough, puts some water on the ground, and you just start hearing Smoke on the Water being played in the background.
Smoke on the water.
Anywho.
So, as the other thing that he doesn't notice, but maybe Michael will, is that the discoloration of his ears has actually, before it was growing a little bit, it is now covering 2/5 of his ears.
if Michael notices, he doesn't say anything about it.
Right.
He's already overcome by like the fact he just did such an awesome thing in the middle of there.
Right.
A little distracted.
So he just Jacob looks really confused. He's not even paying attention to the fact that Michael's seeing this as he looks absolutely horrified.
I didn't know you could do that.
Neither did I. Wait, what? Oh, Michael. I didn't know I could do that either.
So cool.
I don't know.
So that snoring's so loud that Perry does wake up, and so Perry just reaches over and grabs his nose.
So Perry, you wake up and Michael is getting super excited at the fact that Jacob just walked through and basically teleported into the living room.
What?
He's like, did you see it? It was so cool. Jacob,
Jacob's actually gonna walk over to Henry and kind of gently wake him up.
5 more minutes.
You want me to wake him up?
Give me a moment. So he tries one more time.
5 more minutes.
So he stands back. Looking over at Perry like, yes.
Perry hits a couple buttons. Yes, I'm gonna roll for this.
Okay. I thought you sent your backpack back home or to a safe place.
I did. I have the control still.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's on my wrist. The backpack can be anywhere.
Gotcha. So what are you looking to do here, Perry?
I am going to form a ball of water to drop on his face and then freeze it.
So you're dropping an ice ball in his face. Are you doing it after? Or
No,
before
he's dropping water on his face and then freezing it. Is what I got from him.
Oh, that is devious.
I have a funny thing to go with this. So,
Well, I hit, so enjoy.
You do it, yeah.
so you hit, and at the last second, because I think this is super funny, Henry, for whatever reason, has a power spasm and just goes incorporeal for a second. So the poor thing flies through Henry and nails Joey in the face.
Oh. So, Henry, you hear this terrible squeak of surprise and dismay directly in your ear as your boyfriend gets splashed with water and frozen. Hey, get it off! Yeah, it's on my face! It's on my face!
What's on your face?
Perry hits a couple buttons and the water just... it goes back to the water.
What's that?
I don't know.
Henry just looks around at Perry and Jacob.
Michael's snickering so hard his face is red.
Michael, what did you do?
He just kind of points over at Perry.
Do not try to blame that on Perry. I know it was you. What did you do? Or do I have to tell Mom and Dad about the homework you're missing?
It was Perry! He made a ball of water appear on your face.
So Jacob clearly doesn't say anything.
I did none of the sort. That's twice today I've been accused of doing something I haven't done.
Go to bed, Michael.
But he's lying.
Hold on, though. I need Michael here for a moment.
Okay.
Guys, this is serious.
You saved a whole bunch of money on your car insurance by switching to Geico?
No, your ears.
My what?
Your ears.
What? What's wrong with my ears?
Unless you've got new hair dye. I'm assuming Henry would just.
Oh yeah, clearly. Dude, you're the fashion.
Henry.
Dude, you're
Henry.
you're like the fat guy. You're the fashion guy for God's sakes.
Right. Hey, Joey will actually pull out a pocket mirror. I don't know.
Yeah,
And show it to Henry.
So he takes it, looks at it, and he just looks like, for the fact that he's got brown fur, he looks like he's turned pale. Okay, I didn't even know that happened. That might make sense with what just happened, though. Because
Jacob teleported in the middle of the room.
I
It
didn't,
was awesome.
I didn't teleport.
Michael, boys.
Right, Dad.
I didn't teleport. I apparently ripped open a rift and walked here from outside.
Oh, I just walked through the wall.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I've never been able to do that before. That's new.
That's new and that's bad. Apparently, if you're getting discolored.
Yes, I know.
But we can fix that because there is nothing a good bow tie can't fix.
While you're not incorrect in that statement, I think I gotta go.
What?
Go where?
I have to go see Dr. Collins immediately.
But it's so late.
It is.
Jacob, it's like 2 a.m.
Oh, right.
Okay, and I know for a fact you said we need to hear this, and based on your reaction, it had nothing to do with your ears.
I didn't know about them, so yeah, that's actually making me more concerned.
So, what happened?
I went outside, needed to clear my head, and I may have purposefully caused myself to have a vision.
I'm sorry. You what?
Tapped into whatever's happening, and I had a vision. I normally just kind of have them. This was the second time I've actually forced it.
So hold on. So let me get this straight. I know that's a weird statement coming from me, but anyway, let me get this straight. You know that when you use these things, they do that, and yet you still willingly did it?
Well, I didn't know it was going to go that deep.
Well, you're running out of tail.
Ears.
No, it's tail back there too.
There is a tail back there. It's supposed to be that color. So are my fingers. I did this on purpose.
Anyway. So, first of all, Perry, can you talk some sense in him, please? Because he's obviously not listening to me.
Huh?
Seriously, did you just zone out watching infomercials?
I
get
get
it.
it. One of those rotisserie chicken ovens thingies.
No, you're not. Maybe if you're nice, we can get you a slap chop.
Oh, the slap chop! Can I get a ShamWow with it?
You do realize if you want a chamois, you go to your local Y and you pick one up. They sell them. They're what the divers use to wipe off with.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's less wow that way.
Yeah.
But did you not hear any of what he just said?
No.
He's actively doing things that are killing him.
Oh, stop doing that!
Excellent speech.
Roll to provoke. No.
Okay.
No. Yeah. So, Joey, of all folks,
I hit.
yeah,
What'd you do?
Rolled to provoke.
I mean,
You
that's
just
kind of
stop
a
doing
long...
it.
Yeah, it's kind of a long one. Yeah, you
that's
stop.
take a while to resolve.
Right.
So, Joey, of all people, though, he kind of looks over at you. And he says, "So you had a vision, and then you made a rift?
Yeah.
You did it on purpose.
Well, the vision I did.
Why?"
It was just... There's been a lot of things happening, and I needed to try to make sense of all of it. So I decided, apparently, to provoke a vision from coming out, and it made less sense. I don't know why I thought that was going to help. All I know, remember, is there was a sea of lights, a lot of talking heads. You guys were there. and a pyramid, and an apple, and then the apple disappeared. And I feel like the apple would represented somebody important.
Well, this is just me, just my thought, but considering who this event is for, that would be my guess.
Yeah. Something bad might happen to Bucky.
Well, I guess we hope my dad can keep up his end of the bargain.
Nothing bad can happen to Bucky. He's a superhero.
I think that's the problem. I think we may really need to be there just to make sure.
We're gonna be there. We're working it.
No, but I mean like be there and be ready. Not just ready to work it.
I mean, I'm always ready to work it.
I was going to literally just say that, but yes.
Perry, he doesn't get innuendo, does he?
No. I meant I was going... Like, Jacob says, no, I meant I was going to say that, but you beat me to it. I get the innuendo.
Well, it's not my fault I have a better
Innuendo.
butt than you.
What'd you say?
If you have a fluffy tail, I have a better butt.
I didn't say you... I didn't say I had the better butt.
I mean, we have... No, you're not part of this, Michael. We have 2 people here who can do a butt judging contest right now if we need to. Although I'm pretty sure one of them's biased. So,
No.
Perry, it's on you.
No, I concede that you have the better butt than I do.
Yours is fluffier.
I have a much cuter tail, though.
I mean, yes, but I also don't have a tail.
See? He wiggles his little puff tail.
So Perry at this point is just literally face palming, and I'm not judging your butts. I'm not looking at your butts. I don't want to see your butts.
Joe's like, I'll do it.
Knock yourself out. I'm going.
He's just going to stare at mine the whole time and then try and touch Jacob's tail because it's fluffy.
Maybe.
Jacob slides over.
You want to try something?
Hmm.
What if we put your tail on his butt?
I don't think that works.
Hold on. Yes, it does. Henry goes full incorporeal and then walks over and scoots his butt
Oh,
down
thank
so it's
God.
just his incorporeal butt on Jacob's tail.
Joey immediately takes a picture because, of course, he does.
Henry walks out. By the way, it was really weird feeling. A really weird,
Yeah.
slimy, cold air feeling.
Yeah.
Uh, so Michael says, if you're done talking about each other's butts, can I go to bed now?
I told you to go to bed 10 minutes ago.
I'm already gone.
That's going to cost me a couple of large pizzas.
Oh, I want pizza.
It's 2:30 in the morning. No place delivers.
Really?
Yes, actually, I think this is the time it would.
Perry pulls out his phone and dials a
Perry,
pizza.
Perry, no. Do not have pizza delivery come to this house at 2:30 in the freaking morning. No.
They'll leave it at the door. They won't even ring. They have a new app.
No.
I can send a cloud.
Yes, because that's a good idea. Send the thing directly associated with you to the house, the people hunting you. That's a great idea.
Why did I think I did it anyway?
That's a good question.
You're the
Oh,
only
your
person
mother
that got a gosh damn weather machine. So we need to figure out who
Clearly I'm
to
not.
clear your name. Yeah, we need to clear your name.
Do we need to clear it with Windex or with the dryer?
At this point, simple green will do.
Well, Goo Gone actually works really well for that.
Anywho, as the night progresses,
Also, I hear that
you actually stay the night. Yeah.
yeah, I hear that there's I know that there's this really great shampoo that can help clean it out too. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. That's to help clean out mains, not names. Sorry.
Right. Actually, Jacob, do you stay the entire night?
Oh, yeah, he is staying.
Okay, so you don't.
No, he doesn't go.
All right.
Henry convinced him with the whole "it's 2 a.m" line.
Yeah.
Right.
For the record, Henry does at this point leave a note for his mother saying, "Can I please have a note getting out of school?" And the rest of us too. It was a rough day.
Do I get out of
So-
school too?
When you guys eventually like fall asleep, I'm assuming, you wake up in the morning. It is a nice school day, and there is a nice written note already next to the note that you leave behind, Henry. And it says that I excuse the following from going to school today after the traumatic incident that they were in, witnessed by the police. Signed by Detective Lamontagne. Exactly.
Henry looks at the note. Oh, Mom forged his signature again.
Or that, I was gonna say, no, mom, or your mom just came home and was like, no, you're gonna write the letter, dear, and then just left.
Either way, your dad's already gone for the day. And Mom probably as well, considering like big media day, but
Yeah. So Henry will do the responsible thing and call the school. Say, "Yep, here's the list of us who aren't coming in because blah 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 blah. We have the note from the police."
Yeah, Jacob's actually gonna have to call his mom.
so the school accepts that for now, especially considering that they saw the news. But and your mom, do you say anything special to her about?
Basically, like, hey, my friend Henry was traumatized, and he really needs company right now, and the nice police officer father of his has already said that if it's okay with you, that it's okay with him, and he's already written us a note from the school. He's excused.
Sure, she's a little bit confused because she thought you weren't caught up in any of that.
Well, he said he wasn't, but he didn't say Henry wasn't.
Right. But she does understand. It says, "You're being such a good friend, dear. Well, you'll be okay. Make sure you catch up on your schoolwork."
Oh, yeah.
She went,
Yep, don't worry.
Harry, do you contact anybody to let them know you're not going to school?
I never go to school.
Okay, cool.
It's an average day for him.
That's why I figured. I thought I'd ask.
Like, this is one of the only times it's been an excused absence. Wow,
So,
the kid that never shows up has a reason for not showing up today.
You guys wake up in the morning and then you're still in Henry's apartment. Do you guys go out and do anything special? Return back to your domiciles? You have the entire day. A beautiful Thursday. What do you do with it?
Jacob, after breakfast, suggests dragging everybody out to his hidden complex. Gonna take a bit to get there since, they can't run as fast as me.
I don't think any of you can drive either, or have a car at least.
But two of us can fly.
Yeah.
That's true, and I can run fast enough.
And Joe's like, and I can stay behind.
That's probably a good idea.
Do you want another thing that happened last night to happen again?
No. That wasn't me being disappointed. That was me realizing.
Because I bet I could carry you to some extent.
I mean, I can basically weigh nothing.
That's true.
True. No, I'll be good.
I think, honestly, a nice, relaxing walk would probably be good.
It's an hour's drive.
A nice, relaxing flight would be good.
There you go. Yeah, it's like past the outskirts of town.
Yeah, it's actually in like not the Badlands, so to speak.
Yeah,
not a very
it's
populated area.
Yeah, it's in like the middle of nowhere, not like a desert necessarily, but it's basically
It's close enough.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be honest, it's in the abandoned warehouse district.
No, it's not. It's farther.
No. Yeah.
No, it is
It's more
literally
like the
like
abandoned waste. It's like a nowhere.
Yeah,
Compared to the Cowardly Dog.
yeah, it's literally nowhere.
Yes.
That's the hard to get to part because I can't just go there like that.
So Joey stays behind. Do you guys go on this wonderful adventure with your friend to see his hidden lab?
Like, Jacob's going regardless, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Henry?
Henry's going.
Okay. So you guys make the trip then over to the hidden lab of Dr. Collins. Important question for you, Jacob. Do you tell Dr. Collins that you're coming with company?
Oh, yeah. As they leave, he texts him.
Okay. So you guys take the flight.
Yeah, he doesn't, like, ask him if it's okay. He just says, hey, I'm coming over and I got 2 people with me. They're friends of mine. They're trustworthy. But I'm coming.
He texts back and says, okay, I'll be ready.
He also does make a mention of it's urgent.
And Collins text spies, understood. So you guys have your nice little flight run there. Can you tell me, actually, Jake, what's the outside of this place look like? Because is it hidden from view?
Oh, yeah. So, it's like the hilly kind of area. You know, there's no one there. And there's nothing really out here. But, like, it's off the road, too. So you have to, like, get off the road, walk for a while. Because, like, the entrance, it's not on the side of the hill. It's pointed at the street. It's on, like, the other side of it. So it's kind of hidden in that way. And then, there's, like, this little, like, not really a cave per se, but it's just like this little opening in the hill. It looks natural, and it was at some point.
Mm-hmm.
But as they get in, like, Jacob will pull out one of those little key cards that has the RFID chip or whatever the heck, RFID chip in it, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Swipes it past, like, there's this rock in the wall that is slightly discolored. Swipes it past that, and the wall itself kind of pushes open, and there's an elevator there. Go deep underground.
Ooh.
Oh, it's underground. I've always thought it's underground layer.
I know it's underground. So I didn't think elevator deep.
Oh, yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
I thought lift deep.
Side doors. So, the elevator is huge, too, because,
Okay, so Perry and Henry, you guys see all this. What do you think of this? What do you do when you are invited down to this underground laboratory?
Oh, Perry's smiling ear to ear.
Henry looks at Perry, smiling, and just goes, this is not a place for sticky fingers.
My fingers aren't sticky. See, they're clean.
Did you wash them from the pie?
Of course. Took a shower, too.
And you use my shampoo.
It's fruity.
It is. Watermelon Dream. Don't forget it.
I have to buy a bottle.
So you guys get down to the ground floor of the laboratory, and you walk in, and immediately upon entry, sitting out on sort of like a table that they have, like not too far from entry, you have 3 big bowls of that special ice cream that you were talking about. Because you said it was an emergency. You got the emergency ice cream ready.
There's ice cream.
Henry looks at the ice cream and just, wow, I had too much.
Barry, on the other hand,
Good to go?
has a bowl.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It looks over. You're not going to eat this?
You want it?
He's already started eating it.
So Dr. Collins walks in at this point.
Panda, remember.
I remember. So yeah, you see this little kind of stout panda walk in. Clearly a sciencey man of sorts. He's got the lab coat on. Got the kind of investigative eyes. But he's walking there, he has his arms open. Says, hey, hello there. You're Jacob's friends, I'm assuming, right?
Dr. Collins, Henry, Pyrie here, Dr. Collins. He's the only one who really knows what's going on with me to some extent.
Not the only one. We also very much know that you're dying.
Okay, yes.
So I'm going to assume that these two are the two gentlemen that you've been doing your activities with.
Yes.
If by activities you mean going to a school dance and wrecking things with a baseball bat, then yes, activities.
I meant super heroics, but
Yeah.
Do I look like someone who does super heroics?
No, you. Never mind.
I had 4 guns in my face yesterday and had myself an ice cream coma.
oh, so the ice cream probably not a good.
But
I was
we have a parry. It's fine.
okay.
It was delicious.
But yeah, no, does not do super heroics. If I did, and my dad found out, I'd be a dead boy.
Daddy would.
So
Damn it.
what is this emergency?
Well,
Yeah,
he's,
oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Jacob. He walks over to you and he like immediately kind of gently gets one of your ears down, and he says, "What?" He's examining every angle of it.
right. He doesn't say anything. He just lets that happen for a moment. It's like, oh, I did something new.
New?
I opened a rift and was able to walk from outside into his living room. Basically, I made a portal.
Like you made a rift in space and time?
Well, space. They go back in time.
True. I guess that would make sense.
It was basically a portal. I didn't have a sweet gun for it though. Kind of sad about that.
I see. Was this a result of your abilities that you used during the storm yesterday?
Had to have been.
Well, one thing to do for it. Come on, the rest of you. It's all right. I'm sure you're good enough friends. You don't mind watching me give him a physical.
Do I have to get naked?
No, you're fine.
Okay. I know one of these two might like that.
I'm gay. I'm not a furry.
I am.
Yeah, Perry's
Goes back to eating his ice cream.
right. Doc Collins pat you on the back.
Henry is on his phone.
So, Jacob, as you're being led off to have a standard physical done, Henry, who are you contacting on your phone? Or are you just playing on the phone?
He's totally just playing Candy Crush.
Never mind then.
Really? You're playing Candy Crush?
Well, I'm all caught up. I'm all caught up to date on Unicorn Storm.
I figured you'd be playing Record Keeper.
Oh, the new event doesn't drop till later tonight.
Ah.
So, Jacob, then we'll go with your little physical that you're having. Because it actually is kind of important. He does do like the regular things where he like measuring your body mass, see if any of that's changed. And he takes another blood sample for me. So you've been eating those oranges?
I had a whole thing of orange sherbet last night. It's the best I could come up with.
Not great. We'll do better.
Well, I mean, it was short notice.
Right, I understand. I'll put something together.
Thank you. It tasted like it was made from real orange juice.
I'm sure there was a little bit in there.
Perry still has the container and hands it to the tosses it to the
Because
doctor.
like, keeping in mind, sherbet actually doesn't have like a ton of other stuff in it.
No, it doesn't. It's pretty it's like ice and flavoring, I think. But... So the doctor, Kesson thinks I'll examine that later. But while I'm blooding this, while I'm actually dealing with this blood, so you had a mutation. Did any of you two witness the event that caused this?
They were both sleeping.
I see. Why'd you bring them here again?
Good friends. They know what's up. Kind of want to introduce them to you.
Not that I don't appreciate it, because friends of yours are friends of yours, I think. But this place is not really set up for housing a party, so to speak,
Well-
multiple people.
Not housing a party.
I'm sorry, it's not set up to entertain guests.
I wasn't planning on that either. Just come here, talk, test.
Hey, Doc.
Hmm.
What's this button do?
So, Perry, you have a
Yes.
sea of buttons you can press. You have a red button, a yellow button, and a blue button. None of them are labeled. Which one do you press?
Well, of
There's
course.
one right answer.
He pushes the big red button.
There's
Okay.
no right answer.
Every answer is wrong.
Every answer's wrong. Yes.
So, Perry, you press that big red button. And immediately, a medical chair off to the right springs to life. It starts like scanning rapidly over nothing that's in there. And immediately warning starts coming onto the screen saying like, no life signs detected. Warning. And Dr. Collins has to hurry up and turn down the warnings. And
So Henry will reluctantly get up and go sit in the chair just so it shuts up.
the machine does eventually calm down as it starts happily. Says life form deposited. Thank you.
As this is happening, Henry is now in a chair. He has found the recline feature in the medical chair. I'm just picturing like a dentist chair type of thing at this
That's
point.
what I'm thinking of, honestly.
Yeah, and then he looks over at Perry. Did you have to push the button?
Can I push the other two?
No.
Unless the other two buttons are going to give me a shave and a massage, and I don't need a shave. Thankfully. Also, wait. Dr. Collins, does one of these buttons give a massage?
The pink one.
Perry, push the pink one.
This one. Perry hits the red button again.
The one next to it on the left.
Oh, it doesn't do anything the second time. That's disappointing.
It's still registering the scan.
Fine. That's the big button.
The chair immediately starts vibrating to life and gives you a wonderful chair massage.
Henry is quiet for however long this happens.
So Jacob looks over at Dr. Collins like, I think you underestimate how easily my friends are entertained.
Well, it is a bunch of kids in a lab.
Yes.
There are a few givens. So that Henry, he's a normal boy, and
So
Yeah,
Jacob
Perry-
Jacob opens his mouth for a moment and then clearly stops himself from saying something. It's like, yes, he's normal.
and Perry as well. He's also a
I forget. Does Perry keep his identity really hidden or what?
He means does he have any superpowers?
Oh, well, technically no. He doesn't tell what Jacob doesn't tell where he gets his powers, but yeah.
All right, so I can't use any of them for study.
What are you gonna study on him?
Oh,
Why would you study on my friend? Wait a minute.
I can't just spend all my time studying you. I need other cases to things to.
Just deal with it, Jacob. I'm cuter than you.
I don't
As the
care.
massage is still going on.
I don't care about that. I'm just saying, I don't necessarily want you testing on my friend. What do you mean I'm not cuter than you?
Henry is ignoring this because of the massage.
It's too wonderful.
Will you shut that bloody dancing up?
Regardless, I have to admit I am curious. They've been in close contact with you. I'm just wondering if maybe some of their abilities that they had any would have affected your mutation.
Oh.
But if they don't have any abilities, then obviously. Like,
No.
there's nothing like they never would have done anything weird like merge with you or like directly go inside your body or something. So
Let's just
as long as
let's pretend that one happened. What would that
they're going-
mean?
Well, I mean, if they, on a hypothetical, literally went inside your body, that means that they probably could have altered some of your chemistry, which may have changed the makeup of the virus. At least the way it's interacting with you.
Well, you'd be able to tell from the blood test, right?
Possibly.
Okay, you may want to look for
Maybe.
that.
I'll keep an eye on it.
Thank you.
As for right now, though, all I can really do is just test and see if there's going to be any changes,
Oh, yeah.
especially with this recent development.
Yeah, no, I figured as much. I just thought you'd like to have all the information immediately.
I appreciate that.
I appreciate that.
And I appreciate this massage.
Please turn it off. You're going to be wearing out the sensors.
I'm too far away from the buttons. Ah.
Dr. Collins walks over, turns off the massage.
Oh.
That is not for concert use.
Why do you even have a massage chair?
I'm alone here a lot. It's very stressful. I spend a lot of time hunched over on a desk. My shoulders need the help.
That makes sense.
So is there anything else I can do for you while you're all here?
You know, we are this Saturday. You know, we are working a very, very big event, dinner or whatnot. You might want to come out to.
I mean, that's nice, but why would I want to have anything to do with dinners? Like, public events like that. I'm fine here with food.
Do you ever go outside, Dr. Collins?
I'm a little bit busy in here to go outside.
Yeah. I'd offer.
I appreciate the invite to dinner, but I think there are better things I can be doing with my time.
Yeah, like turning the massage back on.
No.
Harry reaches up and hits the button.
Yeah.
Kids.
So,
Harry, you want to try?
Jacob will manifest.
Yeah.
Jacob will manifest using his the psychic construct thing he's got. Will manifest like a long push button rod. It's a long rod with a hand on the front of it, like
Right, like a
left
pointer
hand.
finger.
Yeah.
I got you.
So he just reaches over and just pokes the button.
So Henry gets up, switches places with Perry, and goes and guards the button and pushes it again.
So, Jacob, are you sure you're okay to be going to this event then? It's a big dinner thing? I know you've been having a lot of social problems ever since this all started,
Well, that's because I've been trying to stay away from people.
and this is clearly the exact opposite of that.
I'm getting better.
Hold on. He didn't tell you that we got all dressed up and went out and destroyed things?
I haven't had a
wasn't
chance yet.
informed. You told an HG sound message about the...
Oh, that's right. The Wrecking Ball. Yeah, I
Wrecking
told him
Ball.
about the Wrecking Ball.
Yeah. No, I was informed of your hijinks. It's just, this is a little bit... It sounds like a big scale thing.
Did he neglect to mention that he's working with me and helping cater it?
I didn't know you had that skill set.
He does.
I work for is catering it.
So you invited me to a dinner that you'd be catering.
Yeah,
So you'd be essentially serving me food.
sure.
Why did you want me there again?
Thought you would like to get out. Also, apparently, Gendyne's going to be there.
Gentech. And what?
Tech, sorry. Gentech, right.
His eyes immediately light up with that and says, what?
Yeah, so I think I texted you last night.
He looks down at his phone. He predictably has left the vibration off there.
Right.
Or he clearly he scrolled past it.
Right.
Oh, you did!
Yes.
Gentech's going to be there?
That's what they said.
He immediately runs over to the computer, and Perry pushes you aside. And he starts pushing some buttons on the computer and starts scrolling through. And he's clearly going through some current events stuff. And he pulls up in a matter of minutes. What appears to be it's not really a flyer, but a breakdown of the invitation card for this party. because it's from Genentech and they're pretty public about it. And there's just this big listing of all these different wings of Genentech and subsidiaries that are going to be at this party, and like these different people on there. And Perry, you're right next to the computer, so one of these passes your eyes. One of the actually corporations that's connected to Genentech on this is a corporation known as Storm.
Ooh.
Indeed. That's underneath like one of their subsidiary stuff. That passes by as he's going through and saying like everybody's going to be here. There's going to be the head of Genentech here? That's insane.
Why is that a thing? Like
Why
a
is
big
what a
deal.
thing?
Why is that a big deal?
Well, I mean, Jacob, you understand Genentech is...
Yeah, I get that much. But why are they even why are they throwing this kind of a thing?
Well, don't you know it's to celebrate that Captain Bucky fellow, it looks like.
Yeah,
And-
that much I got. By the way, I had a vision about that.
Oh, do tell.
Oh, basically, had this vision that seems to insinuate that something bad's gonna happen to him.
At that event,
Yes.
I would highly doubt it. In particular, Captain Bucky, this fellow, well, it's actually no secret, especially like once you start looking at the files, that he's kind of a guinea pig of Genentech.
Really?
Well, in not so many words as they actually created him that I've been able to prove, but yeah, very clearly, it's actually pretty well known knowledge that Genentech funds some of the bills that is partially responsible for Captain Bucky.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say common knowledge, but it's one of those things you pick up on. But it wasn't directly related to your illness, to your own condition, so I didn't really feel like it warranted mentioning. But Genentech's going to be there, and you're going to be there. Oh,
Yes.
if I'm there though, they'll recognize me. That'll be.
Wait, they will?
I mean,
Wait, you used to work for him or something?
or something.
Oh,
When is this event? This on Saturday.
yes.
Are you all going to be at this?
Yes.
I mean, if I have to, I'll be there, but,
Okay. If all three of you are going to be at this event, then Jacob, I want to take you up on your invitation.
Okay.
I'm going to be at this event as well.
Good. Yeah.
Jacob,
Yes.
I have a very important question.
Okay.
How the heck can you invite people to this event?
Oh, he can't. It's all right. Technically, I think I'm already invited.
How?
I'll explain it later. For now, it's more important that I get you three all suited up for this.
Suited up.
Well, not fully suited. More like small suit. Microchip suit, perhaps. I'm going to put microchips on your body so you can record what's going on.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's going to be a no from me, Doug.
I'm sorry?
That's going to be a no.
But it's he kind of like waves his hand over at Jacob. This could be very important to your friend here.
I understand that. I also know that my father is a police detective. I'm not getting microchipped up at an event like this.
Well, I can't force you. Jacob?
Oh, I mean, don't worry about that.
All right. And,
looks over at
ice
him.
cream bar?
Yeah, he looks over at Henry though. He's like, "Dude, you sure though? I mean, it might help."
I'm not having my dad be hyper paranoid doing one of his weird police scanny thingies, and lo and behold, I'm transmitting radio waves.
Oh, I don't think Dr. Collins is going to use something that archaic. Right?
Not anymore. I'll actually see what I can do to minimize that.
You get my point, though, Jacob, right?
No, actually, I don't.
What's there not to get?
A lot of things?
What do you mean, a lot of things?
I mean, it's a microchip. Doubt it's actually going to broadcast that much. Not really sure why the police would be ready for it to be broadcasting.
He tilts his head and gives you a look like, really?
Yeah?
Look,
Why?
Jacob, it's my dad. Considering everything that just happened yesterday, you don't think he's not going to be a little paranoid?
Okay, it's a good point. But, it's microchip, though. I was going to notice.
What could possibly be going on that all of us need to have a microchip?
Gensec's the company we think made Psi Delta.
That's correct.
AKA the thing that's killing me. Sorry, I thought you knew that.
That doesn't explain why we all need to have a microchip.
To be honest, I was hoping to cast a wide net to see if I could catch anything.
That.
Now maybe this is just me and like my dad's a detective talking, but are people who made a potentially deadly virus going to talk about it wantonly in a giant public event honoring a superhero?
Yeah.
I mean, stranger things have happened.
I'm less worried about them talking about the virus and more keeping tabs on things. But you bring up a good point that there is probably going to be extensively heavy security at this kind of an event, especially after the things that have happened recently. Be that as it may, Jacob, this is an extremely good opportunity. We can't let this pass by.
No, I'm all for it.
But I will think if I can come up with something that may be a little bit less obvious, or at the very least, I can ask you all to keep eyes out for things. But I am going to be at this event.
That's good.
Somewhere.
Get out of the area for a little bit here and there. It's good.
Right.
Perry, are you done with the massage chair?
It feels so good.
I know, right?
Do I have to get up?
Yes.
Fine.
As soon as you get up, Henry slides in the chair.
You jerk. And they call me the delinquent one.
I'm prissy and I admit it.
That's fine. At least I don't have to have a butt competition with a rabbit.
He looks dumb. No competition needed, and I know I win. And then hair flips.
Regardless, I at least want to make sure that we're all on the same page in terms of this company is not as good as it may seem. So I might reach out to one or all of you during this event.
Ooh, we get to wear a wire?
That's what we were talking about, but security may be an issue. So, Jacob, this event is until Saturday.
Correct.
Correct. So, we have a little bit of time.
Okay, so I'm doing this just because I can at this point.
Go for it.
I'm going to use the other charge of always prepared. And then the next thing you know, Perry is in a tux, black sunglasses, the earpiece in the ear, the full Secret Service type get up.
Talking,
That'll be a little-
Security.
talking into your wrist.
Exactly.
Well, at least you're prepared.
I'm always prepared.
You are.
That would actually cause you to work in condition too.
Yeah, because of the 7.
Oh, I have to roll it again. Right? I have to
And-
roll
yeah,
for the
yeah.
second one?
You know,
Because
yeah,
it's
sorry.
an
When you
unleash
run
your
out of
powers.
charges, you mark a condition.
Oh, yeah. I still have. This is my. Oh, when I run out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're not going to roll when you don't have it.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's fine. I'll mark a condition, but I'm also in the lab, so I'm going to stock up.
He doesn't have your tux. He doesn't have your stuff in his lab.
He's got.
He's got stuff.
laying around. Yeah.
That's true. He does have some stuff. Mostly medical equipment if you want to keep track.
Because we haven't been able to come up with crazy things to do with medical equipment.
Oh, no. Never. So, Dr. Collins, he says, if you're all going to be at that event, that gives me at least a day to come up with something proper to help us with keeping track of things that are going on.
And for the record, I'm marking guilty just because of the stealing of the stuff as well.
Oh, yeah. He probably doesn't notice. I want to make sure that you 3 are all there. And for goodness sake, get out of the chair. Get out of the chair.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Fine.
Perry slides into the chair as you get up.
You have an event to prepare for, and I have to prepare for the event and for leaving this place for the first time in a couple months. So, give me some peace. I appreciate seeing you.
You want a piece of pie?
No. Actually, what kind?
Piece of cake? I've got pumpkin and cherry.
Leave a piece of cherry pie. I will need it.
Okay.
Yes. But with that, please leave my lab. Get out of my chairs. Thank you for visiting. It was a pleasure to see you.
We'll be back.
Jacob, I'll contact you if there's anything I discover about your blood sample.
All right. Thank you, Doc. So Jacob kind of starts leading the others out, and he says loudly enough for Collins to hear. He's like, "See, I told you he's a really good guy."
And I think on that we're going to end the comic. Because that's a pretty nice line to end on. Nice and hopeful. So our comic closes after that. And I'm going to say thank you, everybody, for coming and joining us on BCC tonight. This was Emerald City. And I was with Norestra, OPT, and TGE. As your GM, Chameleon Ice, you all have a good night.